appreciates and considers precious. So.
And Dan is very proud of his banana drawing.
I drew those bananas. Oh wait, they're bananas. And so, you know, we're speaking for the poster community here, but we are not the poster community. We're actually one of like thousands of other you know, contemporary poster artists, which all kind of congregate on gigposters.com. Sorry, I'm popping. Gigposters.com, and then extend into these tri-annual, I never know how to describe it, events.
3 times a year.
3 times a year, whatever that word is. Events called Flatstock, which is basically a rock poster convention. So this is Flatstock in Austin at South by Southwest. There's Flatstock coming up at Pitchfork in July. There's another Flatstock at Bumbershoot in September. And this is actually, there's us up in the front. Look at that booth design, huh? That's big black and white banner printouts. This is 3 years ago, or 2 years ago. Flatstock is probably 150% larger now. So these are all poster artists trying to sell their posters to music fans. And you can imagine if you have that many poster artists selling that many posters to that many music fans, what the economy of that works out to be dollar per artist. It's not the best economic scheme. So that also kind of comes down to too, like, there's a lot of people doing great posters out there. We've got to up the ante a little bit and get paid somehow. Or maybe we just do better work. That's what we got to do.
We tried that. It didn't work out.
Oh no, you're laughing now. This one has a theme song. We'll give you a little bit of background on kind of our thinking behind coming up with the poster. Because a lot of the times, I mean, we had this one kid that came into our studio, and I think his question literally was,
He said, I can't remember, it was like, so it must be great just like making whatever you want and then just putting a band name on it, or just making cool stuff. And
yeah, it must be great to just make cool stuff. How do you just make up that stuff?
And I know Dan saw the fire, and I was like, what the?
It's like,
what's wrong with this kid?
Right. This man doesn't understand anything about what we do. So this is a poster for the Constantines. It's a direct inspiration from a song title, Working Full Time. And it's basically just that, you know, trying to make an inventive visual interpretation of those lyrics. We'll give you kind of examples so we can kind of show you the reflection of the visualization versus the music here. A few examples.
I don't get it.
It gets funnier when they dance.
Oh.
Okay, moving on. Dan Deacon. Yeah, we actually had the banana guy on the Constantines poster before, and it wasn't as funny. It was kind of demeaning somehow. But this one makes a lot more sense. Dan Deacon is kind of a one-man electronic dance force. He has a grad degree in electronic composition, and there's kind of a real great childlike exuberance to his music, but it's still really disjointed and chaotic, and his singing is all like voice sequenced out. But it's a really great live show, and he samples, you know, Woody Woodpecker and all this stuff. So we wanted to kind of get across the emotion of what these live shows are like and kind of what the music feels like, as opposed to a real literal interpretation of, say, a specific song lyric.
Explosions in the... Oh, yeah, sorry.
Wow!
Just the sound of my voice, right?
They're already laughing.
Explosions in the Sky, they're an instrumental rock band. And with bands like that where there's not a direct, you can't reference lyrics, obviously, and there's nothing visual to pull from right away. With that, it's more of just a gut response or our own emotional response to the music. So I can't really explain away the concept of this poster, but it felt right for the band. And yeah, here, you can tell me if I'm wrong when you hear the music. He just seems sad now when he's dancing to that music.
He's like the guy that's all alone in the back of the club, and he's like 47. Oh, someone's dad got ditched. Okay.
So when there are posters like that that are a little more open-ended conceptually, we've found that they can lend themselves well to art prints. So with this, we added a color and obviously removed the typography and printed it at about twice the size. And we've done that in a few posters now. Here's another example of posters we did for the Weaker Thans where it was referencing actually 2 songs from 2 different records of theirs that talk about his cat. Yeah. And apparently Weaker Thans fans also love cats.
Yeah. But I think that maybe on the right-hand side, cat fans outnumber Weaker Thans fans.
Yeah, I think so.
But what this slide really exemplifies for me is that real substantial difference that we always debate over, the difference between art and design. The Weaker Thans poster we can explain. A Weaker Thans fan knows exactly what the meaning of that image is. We're communicating to them only directly, and Constantine's the band. So even though you may not know what the meaning of that cat in the window is, a Weaker Thans fan does. That's the target audience for that poster, and that's the purpose of that poster. By removing that method of communication, that one symbol of the Weaker Thans, which kind of labels the image, you suddenly can see the ambiguity of like what that cat is. Is that your cat? Is that your mom's cat? Is that cat alive? Is that cat dead? Who's that cat waiting for? And that's where the cat fans can really come in.
Right. It's a but yeah.
And that's really why that Explosions in the Sky poster works, is that there's that precise amount of ambiguity that allows for interpretation, that once that intent has been removed, like a title for it, you can see a lot more into it, and that for us that's how I define the art and design.
Another example of that working, and this is a little bit different in that it was a failed poster for the Hold Steady. Just wait, I gotta watch this one too. Oh yeah, that's right. We should just move on. Yeah. I think I don't even want to talk now. Yeah. It's too good.
Yeah. So this is an art print. This is an art print. I'm going to keep talking. This is going to be the best part. This is an art print that actually stemmed from a. I'm blanking on the band name now.
Bang Camaro.
Oh, Bang Camaro, which is actually a 15-piece guitar band. It's all guitar, all 15 members, and a drummer. And this is a piece that actually Jonathan did. We'll talk about Jonathan in a little bit. It actually was really perfect for the band. We loved the image. We thought it was really compelling and really interesting. The band didn't really like it, so we made another poster. We're like, but we still really like that image. We should just make an art print out of that. And I actually kind of feel you might disagree with me. I don't know.
No,
Oh, okay. That
I do.
It almost communicates too directly to